All right, hello everyone. So the college football season is right around the corner, and App State fans should have plenty to be excited about. So just taking a look at this schedule, just right off the bat, you have a couple of key matchups here, a lot of tough road tests, and really just an opportunity to make a statement. Specifically looking at the game against Boise State and Oregon State, so those should be some pretty good matchups here. So in this video, I'll just do a quick breakdown of each game, just highlight some of those games that need to win in order to make a statement, and really just look at how the Mountaineers will stack up against their competition. So should be a pretty good season this year compared to what we saw last year. As everybody know, there was a lot of high hopes for App State last year. They was picked to win the Sun Belt at a bare minimum, possibly compete for a spot in the college football playoffs. Certainly didn't happen. Defense definitely, impacted their chances there. They end up finishing 5-6, which was pretty much a disappointment for them, and just wasn't able to get going on both offense and defense. And so, just with a brand new coaching staff, new players, they're hoping to turn it around this year. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes there. For some teams, it might take a while with a new coach to get their feet underneath them and get going. But again, brand new coaching staff, a bunch of new players. So from the head coach, defensive coordinator, all the way down to the quarterback. We should see something new, and we should be excited this year to see how they do this year. So again, we'll jump right into the schedule here, and then just definitely want to hear from you in the comments. Let me know if I got something wrong here, or maybe I didn't take a look at something. Certainly open the comments. All right, so let's take a look at the schedule. And so the first game they play is Charlotte at a neutral site in Charlotte, right? Bank of America Stadium. Charlotte should be a pretty decent team this year. I don't see them winning this game. I think the App State has the edge here. So I'll give this first game to App State with the W. Second game, go back home. They play Lindenwood, which is an FCS team. Don't know a whole lot about Lindenwood. I don't think they're a very good team, but again, I see App State getting the W here at home. This is a quick note. Even though last year they finished 5-6, App State finished 4-1 at home. So even in a down season, they're pretty tough to beat at home. So you kind of see a little bit of a theme of that as I go through this schedule here, where even an App State team that is not at its best are still fairly decent at home. All right, next up is Southern Miss. So this should be actually the first challenging matchup this year. Southern Miss, they bring in the Marshall coach, Coach Huff, who was really the Sun Belt champion last year. Brought in a bunch of players from Marshall, and so they should be a pretty tough team to beat this year. They play down at Mississippi, so they certainly have an advantage there. But it should be a pretty close game. It could be a toss-up, 50-50. I'll give the edge to App State here. All right, so they move into a bye week, and then coming off the bye week, they go into to Boise State. And so this should be one of the more important games, if not the most important game on their schedule. And here's why. Whoever wins this game, depending on how things go for both teams, right? This could mean whether one or both teams have a chance at making the college football playoffs. So Boise State, always tough, one of the better or one of the best G5 teams, in college football. Obviously last year they played. Their record was 12-1. They made the college football playoffs, but this year they don't have their star running back Ashton Genty. So that's a huge loss. Not to say that you won't have other players have stepped up this year. Obviously, they're a well-coached staff, but again, this game, I see this being as a little bit closer than we think, and so, but certainly Boise State has the advantage here, and so I would pick Boise State to edge out App State, especially since they're playing at home. All right, next up is Oregon State. Uh, you know, this actually should be a pretty good matchup. Um, App State plays this one at home. Oregon State, they bring in the Duke quarterback, who did pretty well last year. This should be a pretty close game, another 50-50 game. Oregon State didn't do as well last year. I believe it was 5-7 they finished up. They should have a better season this year. But again, they're playing App State at home, so I'll give App State the edge here. All right, next up is Georgia State. They're playing in Atlanta on this one. And so, again, I'm not going to talk about this one too much. I think Georgia State, they have a pretty good team this year. However, I see them maybe, a 6-6 team, maybe 7-5. I give the edge to App State on this one here. All right, moving on to Coastal Carolina. They play Coastal Carolina Kid Brewer. Um, this, last year they got beat by Coastal Carolina. I believe the year before they had the advantage against Coastal Carolina. Again, another 50-50 game. Coastal Carolina always plays App State tough. However, they are playing App State at home, so I give App State the advantage there. Then they go to Virginia to play Old Dominion, and sometimes you never know how Old Dominion is from year to year. Last year, even though they were only 5-7, I believe they were a tough team last year, and they were much better than their record reflected. This year, I think they're going to be tough too. And so again, just playing in Virginia, App State is playing 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be the fifth game in a row they'll be playing. They might be a little bit tired. I see Old Dominion being able to edge out App State here. All right, they have a off week, bye week, excuse me, and then they move into Georgia Southern on a Thursday game. Should be a great game. They play App State at home. Again, I'll give the W there to App State. All right, moving into the following week, they play James Madison. James Madison, always a tough team, always a good team. They bring in Matt Sluka off the transfer portal. This should be a great matchup here. The last couple of years, App State had the advantage. I believe they was able to edge them out in 2022. But for this game, they're playing in Virginia. I believe James Madison will beat them out this year. Next up, they play Marshall. Marshall, like App State, revamped team, new head coach, a bunch of new players, a mixed bag. You never know what you're going to get, right? They might be very good, they may not. But they play App State at home. I see App State being able to get the W there. The next one, Arkansas State. Again, another tough matchup. I see this as a 50-50 game there. But App State should be able to edge that one out there. All right, so just a quick recap of just some of the games that I predict as wins and losses. And again, there's a bunch of 50-50 games in here. I see them edging out Charlotte, being able to edge out Lindenwood, Southern Miss, Oregon State, Georgia State, Coastal Carolina, Georgia Southern, Marshall, and Arkansas State. I see them losing against Boise State, Old Dominion, James Madison. I got them at around 9-3, but that could easily drop down to 7-5 based on their game against Southern Miss and Coastal Carolina. So we'll see how it goes. Definitely look forward to hearing what you have to say about this season in the comments below. it's you never know, right? This is a brand new football team, brand new head coaches, and so I think it might take maybe the first few games for me to really get a good feel of how they're going to do for the rest of the games. But they got those two really important games there: the Boise State game and the Oregon State game. So definitely looking forward to seeing that. But definitely should be a very different season for App State. You know, uh, you know, should have some improvements on the defensive side. Definitely have some improvements on the offensive side. So we'll see how it goes. But that'll close out this video. If you want me to do some more analysis, just please let me know in the comments below. Thanks, guys.